All right, let's talk about something fascinating. Imagine a business where you don't earn your spot on the org chart. You inherit it. Seriously. Today, we're diving into one of the oldest business models on the planet, a place where the line between family and company just completely disappears.
I mean, think about it. No interviews, no resumes, nothing. The day you're born, bam, you're basically on the payroll. It sounds absolutely wild, right? But this is the reality for a really unique business model that's been around for, well, centuries.
So, what are we talking about? It's called the Joint Hindu Family Business, and you'll only find this in India because it's deeply tied to tradition. Now, this isn't a corporation or a partnership like we'd normally think of. Nope, it plays by a completely different rulebook, one that's built on this idea of a Hindu undivided family. Basically, the entire family acts as one single legal business unit.
Okay, so how does a business like this even get off the ground? Let's get into it. The first rule is probably the most fascinating part of this whole thing. Your membership starts the moment you're born.
And the startup requirements? Get this, they are unbelievably simple. All you need are at least 2 family members and some kind of ancestral property that's been handed down. That's it. That's literally all it takes. The business just kind of organically forms from the family's existence and its inherited wealth.
And this right here, this is the part that changes everything. Membership isn't a choice you make. It's a birthright. You don't sign a contract. You don't agree to anything. You're just born into the business. And that has massive, massive implications for how it all works.
So you might be wondering, how many contracts do you have to sign? How many agreements are needed? The answer is a big fat zero. None. This whole structure just completely sidesteps all the usual legal stuff we think of when someone joins a company.
And this isn't just some old tradition, you know? It's actually backed by law, the Hindu Succession Act of 1956, to be specific. And here's a mind-bending consequence of that rule. It means that even a newborn baby is a legal member of the business, from day one.
Okay, so if you've got a business where the members range from infants to elders, who's actually in charge? Who's calling the shots? Well, the leadership structure is just as unique as everything else we've talked about.
The answer is one person. They're called the Karta. The Karta is the head of the family, and traditionally, it's the eldest male member. When it comes to the business, their control is, well, it's absolute. They're the CEO, the manager, the final decision maker, all rolled into one.
And I'm not kidding about that power. The rule is, his decisions are binding on the other members. Just let that sink in for a second. There's no board of directors to consult, no shareholder vote to worry about. The Kartara has the final say. Period. End of story.
All right, so we've got a shared business with one supreme leader. But what about the money? You know, the financial risk? This is where things get really, really interesting because that burden, oh, it is not shared equally. Not at all.
And here's the massive difference in risk. For all the other family members, their liability is limited. That means the most they can lose is just their share of the business property. But the Karta has unlimited liability. That means their personal property, their house, their car, everything they own could be used to pay off business debts. It's a classic case of with great power comes great personal risk.
Now, with so much power and so much risk all focused on one single person, you'd think the business would be super fragile, right? But the crazy thing is, the structure is designed for the exact opposite. It's built for incredible stability and continuity.
I mean, it's the obvious question, isn't it? What happens when the Kardata dies? If this single, all-powerful leader is suddenly gone, does the whole thing just collapse into chaos?
The answer is a clear, resounding no. The business is literally designed to continue without a single interruption. There's no power vacuum, no halt in operations, because the line of succession, it's already set in stone.
So how does that work? Well, the succession is completely automatic. By tradition, the next eldest member of the family
instantly and automatically takes up the position of Karta. It's a totally seamless transfer of power, and that's what ensures the business can keep going, potentially for generations and generations.
So let's put all the pieces together for a second. We've got a business that's formed by birthright. Membership is automatic for everyone, including kids. All the control is centralized with one leader, the Karta, who also, by the way, takes on all the personal financial risk. And its real superpower? Unbroken continuity. The leadership just passes seamlessly to the next in line. Amazing.
And that really brings us to a final thought, doesn't it? You know, in today's world of disruptive startups that are all about scaling fast
and then cashing out? What can we learn from an ancient business model like this, one that was built not for an exit, but for permanence? What can it teach us about stability, about legacy, and about what it really means to build something that lasts?